Some people say, oh, Bama doesn't have the same standard. They ain't trying to set the standard. Oh, you're going to see it this year. You're going to see it come back around this year for real. And then, damn, they act like Kalen DeBoer has just been all bad. I understand. Okay, bet Indiana beat your ass. Inexcusable. The way you went out was inexcusable off the rip. But at the end of the day, you got to give the man some credit. K-Dog has done good in certain areas. Recruiting, he's been at the top of his game damn near. Okay, they lost sales. You lose Monsoon sales. Hell, you know how hard it was going to be anyway to get Monsoon sales in the building? You talking about Guapino on top of Comfort? That's where he from. Indiana, where he from? Right, then they got Mark Cuban around yonder helping them out, spreading it out. Guapino Federale, Denali, Linguini, Fettuccine, baby. All that bread and butter, cheddar who can pay better, dog. You know, that's what it came down to. Yeah, everybody wanted sales. He came, visited, left, exited, boom. He's an Indiana Hoosier now. You know what the college football realm is now. They have damn near turned it into a business as well. Hell, now you're going to try to taint college football per se. How about you leave it alone? I repeat, leave it alone. No one ever said you shouldn't pay the boys for playing ball. Do they deserve to be paid? Of course. But to the extent where you may have them crash out or strictly make decisions and moves just about the money, materials, etc., never really nothing deeper than that, right? No substance at all. Going to the money. All money ain't good money, baby. You know it. I know it. So at the end of the day, it's pay for play. Understand me? Shout out Robbie in the building. Shout out Robbie Saban in the building, man. Roll Tide, full of pride. Roll Tide, here we go. Let's get it. How do y'all feel about SEC Media Day? What are you looking forward to about SEC Media Day? Let me know. Matter of fact, what do you think Kalen DeBoer main topic? What will the main questions and main topics be on SEC Media Day? Let me know in the chat. Heavy. Matter of fact, hey, who do you think the QB1 is right now? Who do you think the QB1 is right now? If you had to pick, who would your QB1 be? Are you strictly going off the A-Day game, or are you going to think about it full spectrum? Like, hey, who really knows the offense? Who runs the offense better? But I ain't going to cap. I ain't going to lie. Keelan Russell looked real good, looked really good in the A-Day game, no doubt. Very explosive, very exciting. You know, the fans love excitement. But what he has the most, what he's like, where he's more superior to Austin Mack is his scrambling ability, but play ability as well. That boy can run around, come in, back, hey, touchdown for Bucktown, Roll Tide. So like I said earlier, I'm going to have to lean on Keelan Russell being number one right now, but Austin Mack is definitely in the battle, in the hunt, etc. What can Austin Mack do to separate himself? And it's not dramatic. Don't got to be dramatic at all. Will he ball? That's the question. Will he ball? That's it. That's all. And you go from there. May the best man win. This Bama here, man. Kalen DeBoer, if he's over that being too over loyal to a person, right? Just because of the seniority, etc., whatever. No, this is really his team now. Kalen DeBoer better wake up and smell the coffee. It better be fair game all around the board, period. I don't care who leaves, who goes. Keep the standard. I repeat it again. I don't care who leaves, who goes. Keep the standard, the Bama way. You know it. I know it. So Kalen DeBoer, this is his wake-up call per se. Who will he really be? We will be able to tell this year how this year goes. Does he have to win a national championship to be successful? No. But you need to progress, etc. Get to the next round, boom. Of course, national championship, the major standard, the ultimate standard, ideal. But at the end of the day, is it just promised that Bama will win the Natty? No. Do they have the talent to win the Natty? Hell yeah. The roster is fantastic. And defense, boom. Offense, boom. Special teams, boom, right? Coaches, coordinators, you bring new coaches in. Adrian Clem in the building. He brings a new tenacity to the O-line, a new punch to the O-line. So, hey, Kalen DeBoer, will you prove it, K Dog? Will you prove it, K Dog? That's the main question for real. You made it to the what? Second round? You got your ass beat though. So we need at least to round what? Three semis, maybe, baby. Semifinals. Of course, the final would be even better. But you have to be realistic as well. Be fair to Kalen DeBoer as well. We understand what Saban did. It's a different era now, a different time now. Can Kalen DeBoer win 2 natties plus? Of course. Can it happen? Hell yeah. But it's a tough road, even more tougher than when Saban was around. You know, back then it wasn't no pay for play. You can really recruit. It's fair game, fair ball. It's really about character, substance, etc. Now it's about damn money, bread, guapino, tainting the souls of these young men. Some of them who know better, some of them who come from nothing, putting them in a fucked up situation already. Then when something tragic happens, everybody want to say, "Oh my, oh why." You know, all I'm saying is let the boys compete. Period. Man, come on, man. Know what it is. We good. But I'm gonna get into some Bama news. Not sure how long the live will be. If we go past the hour, I will be dropping the link at the hour mark. Want to come rock and roll with me? Say how you feel. Just make sure it's real. Yeah. But let's get to it right quick. Matter of fact, do we have any video here today for anyone speaking on Media Day, SEC Media Day? Very interesting. Some very interesting teams around this year. The SEC is stacked once again, like always. I repeat, any teams playing in the SEC, first off the rip, should always get respect. I repeat, any teams playing the higher upper echelon teams playing in the SEC, middle of the pack, whatever, they should all get ultimate respect. The SEC is a brutal league, brutal conference. There's no way around it. You slip one time, you're done. Then you have to enter a 12-man playoff, a 12-team playoff, even more brutal, gruesome. You understand me? And they want to compare schedules, compare talent, and compare this, compare that. Come on now, stop it. And shout out to the Big Ten. They've handled business per se in the big games. I'll give you that. But their schedules are very weak. There's no way around it. Their schedules have been weak for years. Look who Oregon plays next year. Look who Ohio State plays next year. Look who Indiana plays next year, baby. It's damn near a joke. Here we go. No disrespect, just facts here. Just facts here. Then you got Mark Cuban going around now, throwing around his money everywhere. You thought Monsoon Sales really was going to go anywhere else other than Indiana? I mean, who thought, okay, possibility he come visit and everybody come visit and he might just want to get some pussy right quick, get out the building heavy. You know what I mean? Early, man. You know, come to Alabama, get him some roll out, no doubt. You know it. I know it. You know what I'm saying? But Indiana, Mark Cuban, how much they pay him? How much they pay that man? Or how much did they say they paid him? You don't know what go around yonder under that table there when it's unfair. Huh? Ole Miss pulled up. Ole Miss pulled up on a player, man. Pulled up to him to his apartment where he stay at, where he lay his head at. Said, we'll give you this right now, man. Come to Ole Miss. Come to Ole Miss. Shout out that boy Swinney. Ain't nobody else say nothing. Got away with it scotch free, allegedly appearing to be. Ain't nobody in the world say nothing, Jack. No cap. But that boy Swinney spoke up and people got mad at him for that. Mad at him for what? For saying the truth, what's going on in college football. And we talk about tampering. That's tampering right there at the highest level, the highest form. That boy Sweden even talked to him, said, hey, just leave my players alone. We know what's going on. Leave them alone. We don't want you around here trying to poach. It's over. We playing fair ball. This is my player, my linebacker, etc. They know these dudes, they mature, but some of it, you know, maturity is at different levels. Here we go. See, we got some need Bama video here going on here. Hold up. Okay, we got some. So let's see what see what's up here. Hold on 1 second here, man. Check out some of these. What's the Alabama Crimson? 1 second. Here we go. Shout out Robbie in the building, baby. Robbie in the building, man. Robbie Saban. What up, bro? Ole Miss did some shady chapters, capers with eligibility and Trinidad, keeping that to the local courts. Shenanigans. A real talk, Robbie. Real talk, man. That's crazy work right there. Crazy work. I mean, hell, Robbie. Dabo Swinney came out, told the world, the whole college football world, everybody ignored him. Act like he was tripping. He tripping because he coming out here saying this is going on, this illegal activity going on. You're cheating. You're lying. You're playing the people. You damn near trying to steal a player on the low. And this is not the first time Ole Miss been in a situation like this, right? Crazy work, man. See what we got here. SEC Media Day. I love it. Let's check out Bray Hubbard. See what Bray Hubbard talking about him before that. I like this here. I like this here. Shout out Bama Athletics again. Once again. Here we go. One second, man. Let's see what the tight end coach has to say about the mentality level of mentality about his players in general. What is his standard? What standard does he set for his team, etc.? Here we go.
Ideal tight end makeup for you?
Number one, it starts with toughness. You got to be tough.
What is an ideal tight end makeup for you?
Number one, it starts with toughness. You got to be tough.
I love that. That's what we need. We're talking about running the football, getting back to murder ball. I love the fact he started out with toughness. That's it. That's all, baby. That's what you need for sure. We got to get back to murder ball, punching a team in the mouth early. I want to see stomachs out, jerseys up, tight jerseys up, man. I want to see some real Chance Warmack going on versus Notre Dame and dominate. That was the main thing, period, last year. You were not dominant. You had some good games, but you were not physical enough. The overall mentality of the offensive line was not physical, was not aggression, violence. We need violence. This is SEC football, dog. You need violence, bro, every day, every rep. That's the Bama way. That's the Bama standard. Oh, yeah. You can say this. You can say that. No, though. We know the real Bama way. We know what Nick Saban came in here and did right away. First thing, attacked the staff, cleared them out, bring the best in, right? The best men around him in. Heavy. Men of morals, principles, and standards as well. But who could really develop these players, get the best out of these players. Teach them the game at the highest level. Come on, man. That's coaching, the most important part of a team. Nick Saban knew that firsthand. That's why he attacked it like he did. The man came in like a tornado, rearranging everything. You don't make the cut. You're not good enough. Bye. You're not mentally tough enough. Bye. Coaches and all, dog. It's a certain mentality gonna be here. A certain standard gonna be set here for years to come. Question is, can K-Dog, Kalen DeBoer get back to setting that standard consistently? You can't knock the man for showing progress. You got to give him some time, some credit, etc. 3 years in, we're on year 3 now. It's officially his team, officially his doing. If it's piss poor, he may be gone. I mean, I'm being real here. If it is regression, he may be gone. Your roster is stacked once again. You hit the portal hard. You hit the portal properly. Build on it. And let me tell you what, man, you get great quarterback play from your quarterbacks, whoever it is, per se. Everybody's in trouble. Everybody's in trouble right now. So to say, yeah, dog. If the execution is there with the talent on this roster, if they execute the way they need to, if coaches coach the way they need to, sky's the limit. Matter of fact, there's no limit for this team here. But it's a lot of questions, a lot of factors that go into it for sure. We shall see. I repeat, we shall see. So let's get to it. 1 second here. But I love that he led with toughness, number one. We need tough some bitches all around yonder, baby, for real. Roll tide, roll damn tide. Ain't nothing rolling but the tide. Here we go.
If you gotta have a little bit of something about yourself, and then all the other attributes come into play, right? Size, speed.
I like what he said. What he said, you got to have a little bit of something about yourself, man. You know what that means, especially coming from the South, man. No cap. Got to have a little something about yourself now, my boy. Early. You know it. I know it. Come on now. Here we go. Let's run it back.
What is an ideal tight end makeup for you?
Number one, it starts with toughness. You got to be tough. You gotta have a little bit of something about yourself. And then all the other attributes come into play, right? Size, speed, athleticism, change direction. Can you process? How smart are you? Because you got to do everything, right?
Yeah.
And that's all part of development as well. You know what I mean? Of course, some players will be smarter than others. That's just the way the game goes. The cookie crumbles sometimes. But how do you adapt to it? How do you adjust to it? Even if that is the case, how do you adapt as a coach? Still putting your player in the best position to win, still maximizing his potential, his game, etc. Can you still do it? That's the difference between good, average, great, etc. Here we go. Roll Tide.
Be multifaceted. We got to split out and run routes. We got to be in line. We got to block and
execution. He said, be in line, got to block. What does that mean? Execution. Execution needs to be at an all-time high. The main goal, one of the main goals should be execution, no miscommunication. How much miscommunication did we see last year from this team here? Too much, I tell you, too much. We're talking about how much. It should damn near be none, period. I understand it's football. Mistakes happen, of course. Penalties happen, of course. But overall, you need to be locked in, dialed in, zoned in. Kalen DeBoer, Ryan Grubb. Side note, Corsten for Ryan Grubb as well. Ryan Grubb, will you run the ball? Will you come out of your ego per se and say, hey, I need to run the ball a little more, sometimes maybe even force it, get my line in a groove? We need better play calling from you. You were great. I love the aggressiveness. Admire the aggressiveness. I stand by you, own it. But you have to know when to tone it down, and you have to know when to be aggressive, not only in the pass game, but the run game as well. I repeat, you have to know when to be aggressive, not only in the pass game, but the run game as well, Ryan Grubb, right? Right. No disrespect to you. I'm excited to see what you do this year, right? What new things you put into your play calling? What does your scheme really look like? Because you must adapt. I repeat, you must adapt because they're on you. They're gonna try to be on you. It's not the NFL level, but it still is the college level. And guess what? Teams adapt, things change. So they know your tendencies already. I mean, hell, they probably saw some of your tendencies in Seattle. I'm sure they went back and studied you in Seattle. Of course, why not? And so can you change your tendencies? Can you be innovative, creative, and blow this thing out the park, out the roof? That's the main question for you right there. Here we go. Let's get it.
Line up in the backfield sometimes and block backers, plugging gaps. So you kind of got to do it all.
What is an ideal?
I love it, man. I love it. No doubt. I'm going to get back into a video, but before that, let's break down some of these articles. See what they have to say about Media Day. I'm very excited about Media Day, man. When Media Day comes around, step closer, days closer to the season. So beautiful, ain't it? Wow. Roll Tide, Roll Tide. As you can see, a Robbie Saban, I told you, my dog. You see Kalen DeBoer slim down. And this may be an older picture right here. But shout out to Kalen DeBoer, K-Dog, once again. Here we go. Let's see how it translates this year form. Where is he at mentally, physically, spiritually, etc.? Can he have his team prepared? But Robbie Saban, hey, everybody else, all the fans know it. This is the prove it year for DeBoer. This is the prove it year for DeBoer, period. You know, once again, he ain't got to win a natty to have a successful season, but you need to make a playoff push. You need to be loud and make some noise, definitely in the playoffs, period. Can't be no piss poor performance to roll out like that. Oh, hell no, bro. Hell no. It's over with after that. We go, man. Swerve. Well, let's get to it real quick. Boom. So SEC Media Day schedule, how to keep up with Alabama, other teams in Tampa. And let me know in the chat what other teams are you excited to hear from. Per se, is it South Carolina, the Georgias, who, the Kentuckys, Tennessees, who, man? A lot of big games this year for real. Here we go. The unofficial start to college football is almost here, with SEC Media Day set to begin today in Tampa. Wow. Media members, as well as head coaches, student athletes, and even fans from the conference's 16 schools will congregate at the Tampa Marriott Walter Street and JW Marriott this week to welcome another season of SEC football. While the representatives of the universities meander through a jam-packed schedule of print, radio, and television interviews. A lot of media, of course, a lot of press, of course. You know how it goes. You know how it goes. Let's get back to it. Alabama head coach Kalen DeBoer will go through his second SEC Media Days, and he will be joined in Tampa by a trio of players. Defensive back Zabian Brown, shout out Deuce, and Bray Hubbard, shout out 18, man. Two great players in our secondary, for real. Like I've been saying all off season, damn near. The secondary will be number one in the land, in the nation, whatever. Let me know if you agree, matter of fact, in the chat. How confident are you in this secondary? Are you confident at all? Do you feel like the secondary will be the strong point of this Alabama defense? I definitely do. I do. And guess what? If we have two strong points per se, the trenches, trenches are where the games are won, especially playoff time, period. But if the trenches are dominant, the trenches are very elite on top of the secondary as well, you're talking about, we're talking about spectacular performances across the board. We're talking about history-making seasons. You understand me? Heavy. Here we go. Let's get back to and wide receiver Ryan Coleman Williams. Shout out Ryan Coleman Williams in the building. The Crimson Tide contingent will make the rounds on Wednesday, July 22nd, during the morning portion of the annual SEC media event. Here we go. DeBoer and his players will be asked a wide variety of questions. Some that were already asked during the spring and some that won't be answered until Alabama begins preseason practice in less than a month, if not beyond. We are sure to hear questions about the quarterback battle between Austin Mack and Keelan Russell, the run game and how it can take a step in the right direction, and how the team will respond after a disappointing end to last season. Here we go. But we will have full coverage of those storylines and more at Alabama Online when Alabama goes through the gauntlet on Wednesday, and a gauntlet it will be for sure. In the meantime, we included full details below as to how to watch the league's annual media days all week on the SEC network, as well as a complete schedule for interviews in Tampa, which includes each school's representatives as well. Here we go. Once again, let me know if you are excited about Media Day, hearing from the coaches, players, I believe, etc. What are you most excited about Media Day in general? Here we go. 2026 SEC Media Day schedule, Monday. Oh, wow. Monday. So today right here, 8 to 11:50 a.m. SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey. Shout out Sankey, huh? Or is it not a shout out? Here we go. Missouri, Elia Drinkwitz, Caden Green, Jamal Roberts, Nicholas Rodriguez. Oklahoma, Brent Venables, John Mateer, Eddie Pierre Lewis, Taylor Wayne. So I guess today was Missouri speaking, their head coach, some of the players. Oklahoma, Brent Venables, his defense is crazy. His defense is spectacular for real. Here we go, but it's Roll Tide forever. Roll Tide full of pride, no doubt. John Mateer, now pay attention to John Mateer. Hey, John Mateer is coming back. Now, is he a quarterback you fear? No, but he is experienced, right? Right. He does have knowledge of the game. He was Oklahoma's quarterback last year, and he did give Bama some problems as well. So you must lock in on him, zone in on him. We're talking about future opponents. How can you really break him down? I expect Kane Walmack to be at a different level as well this year. Right? He has a lot to prove for sure. His defense definitely was a championship defense last year, but they weren't consistent enough. And we know we can throw a lot of the blame on the offense for sure. But at the end of the day, the defense must hold it down. That's just the way it goes. The biggest problem with them, it was more of an inconsistency problem, right? Not being consistent enough on a week in, week out basis. That was the main thing for them right there. But overall, shit. Aggressiveness, violence, execution was there. Tenacity was there. Here we go. The question is, like Walmack said, can they do that for a full 4 quarters? 100% for a full 4 quarters, man. That's the separation. That's the difference, no doubt. Let's get back to it. Here we go. And then we got 12:30 to 4:05 p.m. Kentucky, Will Stein, Ty Bryant, Kenny McChee, Willie Rodriguez speaking. Tennessee, Josh Heupel, Deshaun Bishop, Arian Carter, Jeremiah Talander. So today was those schools. Tuesday, July 21st, 8 to 8:30 a.m. John McDade, SEC Coordinator of Football Officials. Auburn, Alex Golish, Champ Anthony, Byron Brown, Alex McPherson. Here we go. Georgia, Kirby Smart, Drew Bobo, Gunnar Stockton, Raylan Wilson. 12:30 to 4:05 p.m. South Carolina, Shane Beamer, Nick Harbor, Lenora Sellers, of course, he's a real dog. Peyton Williams, Vanderbilt, Clark Lee, Cedric Alexander, Issa Audara, Junior Sherrill. Finally Wednesday, coming up. I believe Alabama Kalen DeBoer is speaking. Wednesday, July 22nd, 8 to 11:40 a.m. Alabama first up. Kalen DeBoer, Xavier Brown, Ryan Coleman Williams, Bray Hubbard are speaking. Then you have Florida, John Summerall, Jada Bowe, Miles Graham, Vernell Brown III. 12:30 to 4:05 p.m. Ole Miss, Pete Golding, a real grimy guy. I'll leave it right there, right? Grimy guy. I'll say that there. Here we go. Trinidad Chambliss, Will Echols, Kewan Lacey, a real dog. Chambliss, a real dog. Echols, a real dog. Pay attention to Ole Miss. Even though they may get something, a lawsuit, a penalty, fine, something may happen to them this year for tampering, or probably not. Here we go. Texas A&M, Mike Elko, Damian Sanford, Marcus Ratcliffe, Marcel Reed. Thursday to finish it up strong. I guess you can say that. 8 to 11:40 a.m. Arkansas. Not sure how strong they are. Here we go. Ryan Silverfield, Caitlin Kittler, Quincy Rose Jr., Sutton Smith. LSU, Lane Kiffin. What do you feel? How do you feel about Lane Kiffin? Is he a snake? Is he a lame? Is he a fraud? What it is? Here we go. Score. Roll Tide. You see the Skull Vikes almost came out, baby. You know that's a Vikings channel as well, man. Here we go. Skull Tide, no doubt. But LSU, Lane Kiffin, TJ Dottery, Trey Des Green, Whit Weeks. I believe Whit Weeks is a dynamic linebacker for LSU. You know, look at him to make some noise for LSU once again this year. So that's pretty much the SEC media schedule started today. I don't know if you have checked it out or not. Maybe some clips in here or something. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna cap. Don't really care too much about what another coach got to say, what another team or player have to say at all right now. I want to see Bama and Bama only. You know, what does K-Dog have to say? Zabian Brown, you know, Bray Hubbard, etc. Period. You know, it's time to lock in, get down to the nitty gritty. Bama should feel disrespected as well. Look how the college football world talked about him after the loss to Indiana type shit. Oh, Bama's done. Bama's over. Will Kalen DeBoer be fired? Oh, Bama looked pitiful. This and that. You know, riding Kirk's Sick Nettie's nuts heavy. You know it. I know it. Oh, Bama's done. Oh, wow. Yeah. You know, disrespect and shit. It's no standard. Oh man, the Tide are done. Yeah. Talking crazy work, man. Crazy work. It's over for the Tide. So now it's time for K-Dog to strike back like that. Let's get into it, man. Now we're going to check out some Bray Hubbard footage. Yeah. Hopefully Bama UA Athletics is cool with it. You know? Let's check out this Bray Hubbard footage, though, real quick. See what's going on here. Let's see, man. 1 second. Let me share it right quick here. Here we go. Once again, if you a trip, won't play it again for real. It should be cool about it, man. Let's go, man. Roll Tide. Be on no goofy shit, man. Here we go.
Empty backfield. Daniels. On the carry, it's intercepted. Bray Hubbard for Alabama.
That is Bray right there. That's Bray Hubbard right there for you. One of the dogs in the secondary, one of the leaders, captains, etc. Understand me? Bray Hubbard, man, a weapon. What does he need to improve on? I would say man-to-man. Zone, he's pretty good, pretty epic. Tackling, we know he brings it, all that. Knowledge of the game, he definitely has knowledge of the game. I would say get better in his coverage skills, especially man-to-man coverage. You know, of course, get faster, get quicker, faster step here or there, but he's definitely an NFL type player. How good will he be? Who knows? We talk about development, etc. But definitely IQ.